Hey, hello there. Welcome back to my bait cave. Today being Monday, I'd like to do some crappie jigs. I like to use remelts for crappie jigs. They take such little plastic and I always have so much left over. It's always a good thing to use leftover plastic on. They're small, and usually on Mondays I have a lot left over from the week before. That's still good. Here in Texas you can catch crappie almost year round. Some of our best time of year is in the spring when they get up in more shallow water. But if you can find a good brush pile that's holding a lot of fish, I think if you catch one, you're gonna catch a few. Here where I live right now, they call them crappie, but where I grew up, we referred to them as a soccer lake. I guess it's just a cultural difference. Same fish, but just different names. I think in Florida they might call them something else too. Maybe all over the country. That's probably something I should really look into. So right now I want to concentrate mostly on tubes. I'll show you all the equipment I plan to use today. The first thing I want to show you is the mold itself. It's pretty neat. It's from AI Angling. It's a really cool design. What happens is when you inject the plastic, it goes down a runner, and then so each tube is molded around the pin, which that's the hollow section, and then the fins they're not fins. Maybe they're called tentacles, or I don't know what you call it. But anyway, I'll be able to show it to you a lot better once I inject the plastic, and you'll be able to see it in here. The second thing, the first injector we're going to use is this little small one, and then if we have time, I'd like to do a laminate with the dual injector. So for the first remnants I'm going to use, I got these runners and stuff left over. I think that'll make a good looking tube, and it usually melts down better if you cut it up a little bit. I got a meat grinder I run it through sometimes, but for little projects like this works the best. When you put it through the meat grinder, it actually melts better, but it's not that important. So in my microwave, it's not the most powerful one out there. So what I usually like to do is I'll give it a spin for about 1.5 minutes and see what it's like. I don't want to overdo it. Okay, so that's 1.5 minutes. You see it's starting to break down a little bit. And I think I can go another minute. Now if you got a really nice, powerful microwave, I wouldn't recommend going another minute. It might just be too much. All right, so now we're up to 2.5 minutes. You can see it's really getting hot now. And you gotta remember, this plastic's already cooked. All we want to do now is really melt it down so to be injectable. See, it collected a lot of air. It may take a spin in the vacuum chamber. I'm not sure yet. I'll know. Maybe I'll know here in a minute. Now from here on out, I'll just usually go 30 seconds at a time. So that's looking good, but you can see all that air's got to come out. So, got this back from the vacuum. The tube mold itself does not like it to be too cold because it's got to fill in all the tentacles. so that looks good. Alright, so here we go. I think that's a good temperature to inject this type of mold. It might be too cold, but we'll find out. I don't want to shoot it in too fast. Just going to hold a little bit of pressure. Right, I'll bring y'all back when this is cooled off. Alright, let's see what it looks like. Alright. That's pretty good. You can see where they filled in all the way down. I think that's the most important with this mold is you want to find the right temperature between burning it and filling in, I guess you'd call them tentacles, like I said. That's pretty much what they're going to look like. I'll do another one. So I find it easy just to give them a little twist. Breaks everything loose, and there you have it. That's a good looking mold. It's a good looking jig. So there's a set of single color tubes. Let's try some laminate. A good color for a laminate. I was thinking maybe these are the remnants of what my nephew was using the other day. We'll do the same thing. We'll just cut it up. Because the color is going to be one thing, but with 2 cups in there, I could start off on 3 minutes and it'll be all right. All right, so off camera, I ran these through the vacuum. They look good. Got all the air out, but I want to, for the purpose of tubes, I think I would like to add some 015 hex, and I think that'll make it pop a little bit better. I think that's just going to look a lot better. And sometimes the smaller baits, the big flake just doesn't look quite as nice. It shows up, but it's just too big. So I think that's going to look a lot better. Alrighty. think our plastic's still good. It didn't cool down too much. Let's see how it plays together inside this mold. All right, I think it's cool. Let's take a look. Well, that red side didn't make it all the way down. I wonder if some of that flake is too big. See how some of that bigger flake clogged up the. That's something I didn't think about. So this one's a little bit better. This one all filled in. So even though it all filled in, I still see where it clogged, little passages. I didn't think that one through. I put the smaller flake in just for looks. Huh. Well, learn something new every day, right? Next time I'll be more vigilant. I mean, that is something that I never would have thought of. I'll pay more attention now, for sure. When it comes to these, I like this mold is relatively new to me, so I still got a lot to learn. But it does laminate well. Not bad for using those bigger flakes. So one thing I thought about, here's another one I didn't fill in all the way. It's just one, but it's still kind of clogged up. But anyway, something I was thinking about, like this is a laminate, 2 different colors that we used. If I was to heat up, say, another color like white, I could actually dip this tube, say maybe up to here, and then it would almost be a 3-color little bitty jig. I may try that next time. I'm about out of time for today, but that might be something to look into. You see the runner itself? Actually almost perfect. So I believe I think the issue I'm having right now is something I brought on myself by using too big of a flake. So I had some remnants of sprayed grass. I went ahead and injected while I was off camera. You can, these are like the smaller flakes. You can see that's the smaller flakes worked out good. I don't know if y'all can see that in there. Still have a lot to learn about that tube mold. I hope you like this video. I really think one of my biggest obstacles, or one of my biggest problems, was I didn't think about that glitter size actually clogging up a passageway, and they're really so little. I think next time I'm gonna try some stronger colors, and I'm actually gonna try to maybe make a triple color by dipping the tips of the tube itself. You know, kind of like, you know, in the old days when we used to dip the tubes, it'll be the same principle, just with you know, adding a little color to it. Well, anyway, I'm really glad you guys tuned in. Been kind of a long stretch since my last video. We had quite a bit going on. I had the boys here for 2 weeks, and we did a whole lot of fishing instead of bait caving. So I hope to get another video out sooner than later. I got a whole bunch of ideas I want to show you guys, so I'm just gonna have to pick one and run with it. I actually want to make some jig heads and show everybody how I show everybody my technique for wrapping a skirt. I'd like to show you guys my powder coating technique also. So I got a lot of ideas. I got to find a time to do them. In the meantime, if there's a video or a topic you'd like to see, give me a shout, and I'll see if I know how to do it. If not, I'll find out how, and I'll try to make a video and show everybody. I just got me an airbrush not too long ago, and I don't really know how to use it yet, but I'm learning. And I bought some little blanks, so I want to try my hand at some crankbaits. I don't really have any skill at airbrushing, so it's going to be a learning curve in there. So until next time, y'all stay safe out there. I'm the old tired veteran, and you guys get out there and go fishing. Take them kids fishing before school starts. You know, summertime's coming to an end. All right, I'll see everybody soon. Y'all take care.